Hey everybody, welcome back to another devlog for my game. I don't think I've told y'all what the game's name is yet, so I should probably do that. It's called Blood.exe, and it's a Cyberpunk PS1 styled movement boomer shooter. It'll have a campaign and a horde mode, and maybe even a challenge mode for the parkour system. I think that could be really cool. I'm just not sure yet on if that's going to be a final idea or not. Anyways, I've gotten quite a bit of work done on the game since the last devlog, and I wanted to show it off to y'all, so here we go. So, this is the developer debug menu. It's a feature that won't be in the final game, but it helps with the debug/testing process a lot, which is a big help. It was pretty easy to throw together, and it does quite a bit. And while this won't be in the final game, some of its features might be cheat codes or something. I think cheat codes are really cool, and I'd love to implement them in the game. For example, on the debug menu, you can select tank mode, which gives you unlimited health and armor, and I think that could be like a really fun cheat code or something that would allow players to play kind of how they want. I don't know if I'll do some kind of unlock system or something, but we'll figure it out. I also modeled these pickups, the first being a blood vial and the second being a blood bag. I'm much more proud of them than I should be because I absolutely hate Blender, but they turned out pretty decent in my opinion. I also added this glowing outline to both of them because since the game has PS1 styled graphics and a lower resolution, it's just hard to see objects from farther away, and adding this outline that glows makes them much more noticeable. Plus, I can use the in-game explanation as that the OS that you have installed highlights important objects, or something like that. I also got work done on all these spreadsheets containing weapon info, player info, and enemy info. And while I know spreadsheets are super boring, they're honestly a necessity in keeping things organized and well put together, and I'm super glad that I finally have them. We were also able to get this upgrade system in the game, and it's fully working. And I actually had it show up in the last video, but I hid it under the classified footage sections because it simply just wasn't ready to show off. Sorry about that. Anyways, the upgrade system is pretty simple. It's just using an array with switch on string to activate the functions that have the code for the upgrades in it. Certain upgrades will be removed at the end of the function, and maybe others might be added to the index, which will allow for a multi-tiered upgrade system, which could be really cool and interesting for players. We've already written this up in our spreadsheet, and we're super hyped about it. Superfly pretty much coded all the arrays and functions for the upgrade system, so I can't thank him enough for it, really. It still needs to be polished though, and have some smaller features added like tooltips and, better icons and all that. But the foundation is there, and that's what's important when it comes to game dev anyways. One of the other things we got in, which I'm sure you've noticed by now, is a drawn idle animation for the Striker 12. Didgeridoo, our weapons animation and modeling director, has been through hell and back to get this working. So I'm super grateful for all the work he's put in. It's looking really good, and it makes me super excited for the future weapons to get models and animations. I also added in this creeper-like effect to the suicide bot, at least that's what I'm calling it, where he'll start to show signs of exploding before calling the detonation function. This should really give players more feedback, and I'm glad we got it implemented, as it makes the suicide bot a harder enemy to fight and more interesting. All the AI also received the ability to have hearing perception and damage perception, which I think is really cool. I also added in this level selector at the main menu, which, of course, still needs polishing, but it's nice to be able to swap between the different levels while playtesting without having to actually load them in the editor. A few other miscellaneous things that got added include some UI updates, the railgun, the microwave projector, an animation blueprint for the first-person character, the grapple hook model, and a lot of bug fixes. Overall, the game has gotten a ton of progress on it since its conception, and it still has a lot to go, honestly. Especially in the art department. But that's how game dev goes. Go look for any pre-alpha AAA game footage, and even that will still look crappy in the beginning. When you start developing a game, it's not about making it look pretty. You have to build the foundation and the walls before you can start decorating the house, and that's kind of how it goes with games. Blood.exe is already a really fun game to play, which I'm really glad about in its current state, and it's just going to get more fun as features and enemies get added, as well as polish. I'm really excited to see where it's going to go, and I hope you are too. And if you are excited and you'd like to see more behind the scenes stuff, I encourage you highly to join the community Discord, or if you have some money and you're willing to support the game development process, get access to early test builds, and be a part of something larger, please go check out my Patreon. The links are going to be down below. It's only $5 a month to get access to the test build, which the first one should be up by the end of this month. I'll make sure to make an announcement video when it's ready as well. Anyways, I really appreciate you for watching the video, and I hope you have a lovely day.